you sense how fast things move or how it's going faster and faster. What used to take 20, 30 years to change, you can tell it's happening in 10 years and 5 years. And when you have a big organization that's organized around ways that made sense just 10 years ago or 20 years ago, then I'm thinking about if you own factories, right, that might not make sense anymore. Or you might have productions, and those are things that are really hard to change and that take a long time. So those are like the whole supply chain, because some of these things, investments go back 50 years to a different time. And another thing is the culture. There's a lot of emotions involved. People feel like, and rightfully, they come in to protect the brand, because so many times a new manager, a new leader has come in with a good idea and try to do something fast and maybe make a quick buck. And it's only because people have stood up for the hard choices over time, but the brand is still there. But every now and then, you've got to do those changes. And so the hard thing is always figuring out, when do you actually need to just stop what made sense for 50 years and do something else. It's getting that balance right. Is when do you actually change, and when do you stay and respect that heritage that you've had?
Can you tell us a little bit about that experience?
This was Egmont, which is the biggest publishing house in Northern Europe. They do TV and they do a lot of publishing. It's quite a big company, and they have a lot of rights. Or I worked in the kids sections, which is really big. And they had a lot of rights for publishing rights for Disney and Mattel and Hasbro and all these big brands that have a lot of IPs, but for publishing, so magazines and books. And we had to, this is going to sound old to date myself, this is right around when the App Store came out. But basically, how do you take those IPs and turn them into something that makes sense, into business online? And I think this is also UX was a new thing. So it was all mixed together. You need to find a new business model, because business models are a big part of the content that you make, right? So you need to find the right business model and the right content, and then need to make the entertainment, put it out and learn. And we got some great stuff. Just trying out subscription-based models. How often do you push out new content? We got to try a lot of things out, but I think one of the big learnings was publishing is a local business. It is geographically contained. But all of a sudden, as the App Store grew, everything you do is pretty much an international competition.